Gaming has come a long way since I was a kid. I mean, when I was growing up, we had the Atari. The controller was like a thick cup holder with a button that looked like a red checkers piece. The joystick was like a mini toilet plunger stuck to a Klondike bar. But at the time, it was hot. And I guess in a way, it helped shape the gaming that we know today. Confession time. I love gaming. I'm not so much a keyboard and mouse type of person. I do prefer a controller, but that's pretty much beside the point. You see, kids, in my childhood, we had these things called arcades. I would go with family and friends and get immersed in a bright, flashy environment. But more importantly, there were so many sounds. The clicking, the clanking, the poops, the pew-pew-pews, the chickadee-chicks, and the dreadful sound of the basketball timer going off when you're 10 points down. It was an immersive environment where people can go to socialize and have fun. Nowadays, gaming is just on another level. The visuals in many of these games can almost make you feel like you're there. Almost. Because visuals are just a fraction of what it takes to create an immersive experience. Sound is arguably much more important than visuals when it comes to creating immersive content. Huge blockbuster titles like God of War, Battlefield, Doom, Gears, Forza, and many others have incredible sound design. Depending on the headphones or speaker setup you're using, you may not be hearing the way these games were intended to be heard, meaning that you might be missing one of the most important elements packed into these insane games. I'm telling you, there's a big difference between playing Resident Evil 2, the remake, with regular TV speakers versus playing it with headphones on. I've been using these 5 gaming headsets from EPOS these past few days, and I can tell you that my gaming experience has been completely changed, and so is my productivity. I have the EPOS GSP 500, 600, 601, 602, and the 670. In case you're wondering, EPOS is part of the Demand Group, who has more than 115 years of experience working and innovating in sound. Going back to these headsets, they're brilliant. They've taken my already fun gaming experience up about 10 notches. I guess in a weird way, they transported me back in time to an arcade, since that's the immersive feeling I have now when playing video games. Let's start with the GSP 670s. They retail for $319. However, depending on your location, they can be picked up on Amazon for around $279. They have a dynamic closed back over-the-ear design, meaning that they will block the majority of external noises. Design-wise, they look great in this matte black color. It has 2 points of adjustment, the first being the headband and the second being the ear cup extensions. Finding a good fit is pretty easy, at least it was for me. Of course, heads are all shaped differently, so it could be different for you. The ear cups can be removed and swapped out with different ones, which are available on the EPOS website. The same thing can be said about these little plates, so it adds a little customization to the headset itself. The volume knob is sweet and has a nice rotation to it. To turn the headset on, just turn the knob clockwise until you hear and feel the click. To turn it off, just rotate counterclockwise until you feel and hear the same click. The mic offers similar functionality, just tilt it down to turn it on and tilt it up to turn it off. There's a small dial for adjusting chat and game audio, so if one is too loud, you can fine-tune the sound to make it right for you. You can easily switch surround sound modes by pressing this button right here. However, this can be changed within the EPOS desktop software, which I'll show you in a bit. There is a sliding style button that can be used to find out the remaining battery life of the headset itself. All you have to do is just slide it once. Lastly, there is a micro USB port for charging, which I would have loved to have seen USB-C. It uses a Bluetooth connection or a low latency 2.4 gigahertz connection when using the USB dongle. If you decide to pair the headset up with a phone or tablet, you'll definitely want to use the Bluetooth connection. However, for console or PC connection, I suggest using the dongle. When using the dongle with your PC, you can download the EPOS Gaming Suite, which will give you several different settings to adjust and fine-tune. For starters, you can change that button that I mentioned earlier from controlling your surround sound options to swapping between EQ presets. You can also create custom EQ presets, adjust voice richness, change noise cancellation settings, and more all within the software. The headset can actually be paired via Bluetooth to another device, such as your phone, while utilizing the dongle on a PC. This is a feature EPOS calls dual connectivity, and the idea is to allow switching from phone calls to gaming seamlessly. The sound quality of this headset is excellent, and since it's really comfortable, gaming for extensive sessions has been a joy. I wish I could give you a good example of just how good they sound, but you'll have to experience in person to really get a good idea. As for the mic quality, here's a quick example. This is a quick microphone test using the GSP 670s. This is how the audio sounds using the microphone on the headset itself. This is a test using the 670s, but I went into the EPOS gaming suite and I enabled warm for the voice enhancer. I also had to turn down the gain a little bit to about 85% in order to avoid clipping, which it still looks like it's clipping a little bit, so it's really sensitive. Lastly, this is another test using the 670s, except I enabled clear for the voice enhancer. So do you see a difference between the voice enhancer turned off versus warm versus clear? Let me know what you think. Again, it's really sensitive. However, clear seems to be a little bit better ever since I adjusted the gain to 85%, but warm, you really got to watch that gain. The GSP 670 is rated for 16 hours of battery life when using the low latency connection and 20 hours on Bluetooth, which is plenty in my opinion. They also feature fast charging, so 7 minutes of charge will give you roughly about 2 hours of use, and it can be used while charging, which is pretty cool. The thing that impressed me the most with the GSP 670s is the latency, or rather lack thereof. It's crazy how good this headset is when it comes to delays. When using it on my PS5, I didn't notice any whatsoever when the characters were speaking. To test it out further, I watched Netflix on my laptop and again, experienced zero lag. If wireless isn't your thing, the GSP 602s, 601s, and 600s are amazing. They're all priced at $219 and each are identical when it comes to specs. They have slightly better sound to them versus the 670s with a wider frequency response. The microphone can produce slightly cleaner sound due to the cabled connection. EPOS includes 2 different cables in the box. One is used for connecting the headsets to a PC, and the other is used for console use, like PS5s or Xboxes. The design is pretty much identical to the 670s, but of course with a cable input. What separates the GSP 600, 601, and 602 headsets basically is color. As you can see, each model has different signature tones and color blockings. Personally, I really like the 602s because of the blue accents. Let me know in the comments which color is your favorite. Unlike the 670s, these cabled headsets cannot be used with the EPOS gaming suite, so you're limited in terms of sound customization. This isn't an issue though because the sound is excellent right out of the box. As for the mic quality, like I said, it is slightly better than the 670s. Here's a quick example and comparison between them. Okay, so this is a test using the GSP 600s. This is one of the cabled headsets. The audio should be a little bit better. Let me know what you think. So these are the GSP 601s. The audio should be pretty much identical to the 600s, but if it's not, let me know in the comment section what you think and which one you think is better. Let's go ahead and switch over to the 602s now. So these are the 602s, personally my favorite looking headset out of all of them. But again, the audio should be pretty much identical to the 601s and the 600s. But if it's not, let me know in the comment section. And again, which one you think is better. Last but not least, we have the GSP 500s, which retail for $199, but you may be able to snag a pair on Amazon for around $178. Unlike the previous 4 headsets, these are open back. This means they're not as tightly sealed around the ear and allow more external noise to seep in. This allows for a more natural sounding experience. A side benefit is that it allows your ears to breathe a little bit more since there is a little bit of ventilation. Design-wise, they're pretty similar to the others. The biggest difference I would say is the fabric on the ear cups. These 500s use a breathable type fabric versus the faux leather and suede on the others. It doesn't sound like much, but when combined with the open back design, it really adds to the breathability, if that's a word. So I would say in terms of overall comfort for an extended period of time, these might be my personal favorites. In terms of sound quality, they're similar to the others minus the decrease in bass due to the open back style. If you're a gamer and a content creator, these might be the way to go since they deliver a more flat response, which is perfect for editing audio. Speaking of content creation, here's a quick example of what the mic sounds like compared to the 670s and the 602s. Last but not least, we have the 500s. These are personally my favorite when it comes to comfort. I love the breathable fabric as well as the open back design. How do they sound? Do they sound the same as the 600s, the 601s, and the 602s? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section. It's crazy to me that each of these headphones have a different purpose and are designed for a different user. If you're wanting the ultimate in portability and freedom from being tethered, obviously the 670s are the ones. Not to mention having support for the EPOS gaming suites gives you some cool flexibility and sound customization. If you want slightly better sound and mic quality straight out of the box, the 600s, 601s, and 602s can give you that at the cost of being plugged in. But the cool thing is these are a little bit cheaper and you have more of a choice when it comes to color. Lastly, if you're on a budget or if you need a headset that can double as a pair of reference headphones for audio editing, the 500s are great. Since they're the cheapest on the list while packing very similar sound quality to the 600s, they are an easy recommendation from me. I even use them to edit the audio for this video. If you really enjoy gaming and currently don't own a gaming headset, the GSP series as a whole has changed my entire gaming experience. Being able to hear the fine details in all of these games is crazy. It's like having a conversation with someone at a busy restaurant. Sure, you can hear them, but due to the amount of noise and other conversations going on around you, it's possible you might miss some of the fine details in that conversation. Being able to hear bullets whistle by when playing Battlefield, the squishy gore noises of Doom, and the realistic city noises in GTA 5 is incredible. Factor in having a clean mic to rub W's in people's faces or complain when taking an L. It just takes me back to my childhood when I used to visit those arcades. Links to these headsets can be found in the description. Make sure to check them out if you're interested. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos just like this, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.